Free Your Gated Gift. Chapters 1 through 2, Realize Reality. Chapters 3 through 6, Enough is Enough. Chapters 7 through 10, Dig for Discipline. Chapters 11 through 15, Accept Accountability. And chapters 16 through 19, Own Your Truth. Chapter 1, You don't need every gift, just yours. Your gift can't be conditional. It can't be based off of your circumstance or what someone will do for you in exchange. You must go through some stuff to know that you can get through some stuff. Can you change or remove your history? No, but looking back over your shoulder helps remind you of what you will never go back to. You need your past to continue to help shape your future. Some of that past has hurt you badly, left some nasty scars, but what is a story without something to show for it? Faith without action is dead. Vision without action is dead. Faith teaches you how to be your best even when you feel your worst. Vision is what drives you even when you don't know where you're going. Your inner voice, that only knows the sound of fear and doubt, silently whispers, forget it. Stay in your comfort zone. It's not worth the risk. You're not worth it. You must face that ugly shadow and ask, is this the road you want to go down? You bet it is. Get in the passenger seat, fear of failure. I'm driving this crazy train now. If you don't understand how faith influences the mind for you to live a fulfilled life, then you are just existing. Choice is a dangerous word. Do we really have a choice? You don't get to pick the job you want or just tell someone you love them and snap your fingers and it happens. We will learn more about the impact of choice in a later chapter, but it's important to start thinking about it as a key element in your foundation. Choosing your path means you won't be able to control everything that happens, but you can fight like hell to beat the odds, to beat the demons out before they can catch you. You must learn to respond when something negative happens. You should never stop making your plans out each week and never deviate because it got tough. If something comes up, you fit it in with what you planned. You will never get out of the rat race because it's fixed. It's designed to keep you moving towards the next piece of cheese instead of crawling out of the entire maze. This life can feel like a simulation because it never fails to find something that will fail. You can't spend more time training on the couch than on your mind, period. You're tired, you've had a long day, you're stressed, get over it. Choice, though, not connected with the intent to defy all odds and bust out of your situation, will be a long path of decisions made by your environment and not you. Even if you woke up today and ran from all of your responsibilities, you are still making a choice. That's the power of the universe. It never stops moving. You must decide if you will watch the world go around or jump on and grab that bull by the horns and ride it for 8 seconds. Why then would you not decide today to start the process and become more than you could imagine? Here's reality. You work yourself to death to achieve a goal only to find out that there's more or that goal has changed along the way. We also find out that we can't control the free will and choice of those around us. We are influenced and affected by these choices that others make, but we can be different. We can wake up today and choose life, choose love, and choose humility. So what does this mean to us? It means you should live a life knowing that every poor decision does have a consequence, but you shouldn't live in fear or regret. Your poor decision may hurt you now, but could bless someone else in their life, or even years later be the reason you achieve great things. My brother-in-law and sister-in-law adopted 3 kids because they were not able to have children. A poor mother's choice became the greatest blessing to them that no other material possession could ever bring. When you cry out for help, what do you ask for? Is it desperation or inspiration? It's clearly bigger than all of us and every soul on this earth. Your conscience tells you to reach for a higher power. So, are you? If you want to reach higher levels, what are you calling for in detail? The hardest part is the decision, because the decision forces you to pursue it. If not pursued, you will end up dragging along questioning every big moment in your life. The irony, though, is how even good leaders, or leaders with potential, can see hope but quickly run, freeze, or avoid accountability. They've relied on the chaos as a way out for so long they don't know what to do next. As much as they hate their situation, it was their escape, their reason to keep believing they weren't happy because of it. Hope, faith, and vision force you to see who you are. If you can sustain all the talk and hype, you've given yourself the best chance. People lose their identity because they become so desperate to be needed, noticed, or better yet, not forgotten. Even when great advice is given, they hide behind their pride, completely unaware of what they should be changing about themselves or where they are failing as leaders. They think changing a few things here or there for short periods of time will be enough. Leadership hurts, but it comes with responsibility that must be consistent and persistent over a long period of time. When that time comes, you must do it again, this time with the new skill or maturity that you've gained. Leading people will be one of the hardest tasks you will have to face because people, as predictable as they are easily influenced to right and wrong. They are typically not capable of seeing or understanding the big picture, so their entire purpose is predicated off of emotions and the highlight of the moment rather than the rationale behind their situation. The key is to not get caught in this trap. Your leadership should be a reflection of the people you lead. Your style, your decisions, and attitude toward building should be how the team carries themselves. They are not in leadership positions, so there's a reason they are called followers. This doesn't mean you are above them. Successful leaders know how to empower and encourage people to feel like they are part of the vision. To understand your gift is to understand we all have a story. Will you deal with it, or will you spend your days talking about how it messed you up? I chased some serious issues with my father, and it took me until I was 32 to finally break the cycle. My father, as much as he wanted to be there, had some issues that would forever change my life. His neglect to face his responsibilities caused me to push further away. He wasn't there when I needed him, and I was forced to survive this world at a young age of 17. Would I change anything about how things played out? Absolutely not. But I knew I had to break the chain and be the best thing my bloodline had ever seen. That determination matured me at a young age, and I found success in almost everything I've gone after. Not because I'm arrogant, but because I understand how to use my gift and to better my situation. Even though I didn't know why or how, I knew I was going to inspire everyone around me. I also learned at a young age that I could gain the edge when no one else was watching. I read books, listened to audio sessions on leadership, I studied, and I watched people for their personalities and behaviors. It really is that simple to succeed because people quit so easily. They think they must fix themselves first, or they think people will just follow them because of a title. Get up, do the work when no one is looking, and make a promise to yourself that you will critique your output every day. A gift is useless if you don't know how to use it. I finally faced my father's problems when I saw it from his perspective. Though I had lost respect for him countless times for not being there, he was in a cold, dark place and failed to face his problems. I realized I can't change someone who isn't willing to change themselves. This is a huge piece of how we lead. We must care for people, but not be consumed with trying to change them. We can't go 0 to 100 and expect them to abandon all of their poor ways just to follow us. You must again respect the process of working on all the attributes that make a strong leader. Have you evaluated your professionalism, character, communication, charisma, attitude, knowledge, gratitude, and response to chaotic situations? As a young leader, I would walk into a room and always felt like I needed to try and control it. Nowadays, I own it because of how I carry myself and not by forcing my will onto others. The confidence you have and everything you do will naturally draw people towards you. This must be real and it must be earned. You don't get your stripes just by peacocking every situation you face. You must have years of experience that have given you scars and lessons learned from those dark places. You carry yourself with confidence and experience. That's how you own the room. This level of maturity requires you to acknowledge how ruthless the world is. It will kick you down, chew you up, and spit you out. Quit pouring your heart out because you've had some bad breaks. Let's face it, we're all messed up. You must keep your head up or you will be miserable. People begin to see you for what you would like to be rather than who you really are. Dial in that focus and quit trying to be on different situations that don't fit, convincing yourself you look good in it. Be who you were called to be, then be better than everyone around you. Nothing is easy, nothing is free, and if it were, you would probably give it back because it wouldn't have the same meaning. Don't take the easy way out because it usually leads to easy trouble. If you've ever walked outside and just stared at the stars and the moon, you see how big the universe really is and how it's always aligned. This connection to the universe happens when you stop, listen, and look around at the world. This may be standing outside alone or at the dinner table and you just sit there in silence, appreciating everything you have been blessed with. Things just seem to slow down, and you get that glimmer in your eye, and you say to yourself, I love my life. Do you wake up the next day with the same appreciation to go out and take control of your future, provide for your family, and connect with your true inner self? You don't need every gift. You just need yours. Whatever's holding you back, let it go. Having your gift doesn't always mean it makes sense while you're trying to figure this life out. Most of our lives are busy, and my wife and I have found that we function better in the chaos because when we're bored, we're confused. When our children were little, they were wild, full of life, and we wanted to make sure that they knew it was okay to be kids. So a few seconds of quiet in our house was amazing. At that time, life was insanely busy. I worked full-time, coached youth football, helped at the church, and spent most nights on the computer finishing my degree online. My wife worked her job, coached cheerleading, fought through the kids' homework, took on the home responsibilities, and the best was the bedtime hostage situation that my children loved to hate the most. Being busy in that situation meant we had to find ways to function and communicate together. We relied on each other, and naturally that increased our drive to be better at it. What's our responsibility then in this madness? Are you the one sitting there beside the greatest blessing you could ever receive but waiting for someone else to give it to you? Are you going to be the one that says, no matter what, I'm blessed and I will make the most of this situation that I'm in? If you want to be healed, then get up and get healed. Quit sulking in your own misery. Get up and get what you want. Don't lie lame so people will feel sorry for you. Newsflash, they can't help you because they're too busy trying to get people to care about them. We have been chosen, so we must lead that way. The goal isn't to be just a good leader, but to be the right leader. We really do have a choice right here, right now, to become something more and to have value in our lives. When you look at yourself or the relationship that you're in, do you just make it through stuff? We convince ourselves that we're doing all right because we're making it work and we're just getting through the good times and the bad times. Does making it through, though, just really work? Do you want to just exist and say you made it? Sometimes it's not just about the job you're doing, the actions you're taking, or even the words you're speaking. It's stamping your style and sacrifice on your life's record that no one can erase. Hold a high moral standard for yourself and be honorable by living with integrity. Don't spend all of your time waiting for that big moment when you have a blessed moment right in front of you. The same reason, though, that I was pushing hard for was the same reason right in front of me, my family. Now, in the end, I can say I was able to maintain a balance between work and family. Wasn't always good at it, but I knew in my heart I didn't want to miss my kid's life, and I wanted to make sure I had a strong family, something I never had growing up. My mother, as strong-willed as she was, tried to keep it together, but it was too much. We missed the mark in my younger days, but our relationship is stronger than ever now. It's proof again that if you are patient and diligent to become more than your situation, you can have great blessings. That determination definitely put me in some situations that I had to fight my way back out of, but I never lost sight of how important my family was to me. That meant writing love notes, taking time to play with my kids, eating at the dinner table, praying together, and creating memories at home and on vacations. I fell short many times with my wife while raising our children because work was first. I couldn't turn off what was providing, and I put all of my loyalty into it. Owning your truth helps you to see your value no matter what job you have. Owning what you have at home must always stay a priority. Look, the fact is, we all know we need to do a little better or need to brush up on some rough edges, but do we realize how uncomfortable we look when we hide them instead? We try so hard to look like we have everything under control, but we don't realize our facial expressions and our body language are pathetic. You can stick your shoulders out, be bold, and peacock around, but you have to have humility. What I didn't realize many years ago is that there must be a true balance with the universe, not true lies. If you do nothing, then you are left with nothing. If you do something, then that something must have value. If you go all out reckless, you'll be left picking up the pieces and the walls in your life will still be standing. 3 behaviors to achieve balance. Discipline. Make smart and sound decisions. Learn from your mistakes. Accountability. Be responsible and acknowledge your failure. Ownership. Own it. It's your life. Do something with it. Who cares if you fall short a few times? Destiny decided to call you. Answer it. You must learn to love discipline because it's stupid to hate correction. Appreciate the process of fixing what is broken because it should be one of your biggest blessings to this life. I may not know where you are exactly in your life right now, but I know through hope and faith, anything is possible. Hebrews 12:11. No discipline seems pleasant at the time, but painful. Later on, however, it produces a harvest of righteousness and peace for those who have been trained by it.